Jayden Daniels is a football quarterback that plays for the Washington Commanders, and his mother is getting backlash because she won't let him date, or quote unquote, that's what people think. Now, let's go ahead and watch the video.
I listen to you talk about the things you've done for yourself, but also the way you look at parenting. It just sounds like being a good mama to me. But when things become public and you let the outside world start to pick it apart, they're going to be able to critique it and break it down and do whatever they want with it. You know, you were very honest about protecting him. You said predators, also protecting him from women who can be predators. And we've seen that all through sports. We see it after their careers. We see it in business. Being the good woman you are, also raising a daughter, why have you been so diligent about protecting Jayden from the wrong woman?
I can see just a bunch of women right now just going after this woman because of the fact that she is protecting her son. Now, I did a little bit of research on Jayden Daniels. He is 24 years old, and she is protecting him from the wolves. so you can say, right? He's still very young, and all she wants to do is just save him. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and finish this up.
So first and foremost, I have a meme out there, and it's funny. So I can't laugh. I can only laugh about it. But the whole girls comment was made, first of all, 2 years when he was at LSU. It was a question asked, like, what is your biggest fear? And that should be every parent's biggest fear. That should be, if you're a star athlete and you're a female in WNBA, that should be your biggest fear is, the men or, the women, because you're a public figure and, your dollar amount is associated with your name. So you never know who really is there for you and who's really against you. And our thing is like, I want Jayden to date. I don't want everybody to say I'm putting it on record. My son can date. He can live freely, makes his own decisions. However, the relationship we have, he does value my opinion because, when my kids were little, I
feel like they are going to target him as well and call him a mama's boy. I feel like they are going to target her and say that she puts her son over on a pedestal. And they're going to target her and say that, oh man, where's the father at? Because she loves him like she would love a man that wasn't from her. They are definitely going to try to tear this lady apart.
Did a lot for them. So, and my kids saw that. My father, my background, I worked too hard to allow anybody at any moment to come in and just, take it away. So I've
seen it far too many times where a young man is shooting for the stars. He is on the right path for greatness. He is on a narrow journey. And guess what happens? He gets a little bit of cat. And he goes crazy. His head just, you feel what I'm saying? His head gets big. Thinks he knows it all. Then next thing you know it, that dream, that focus that he was on, is to the back burner. Mom right here is just trying to keep him on track. And we're going to get into a little bit more about Jayden.
A view of what I feel a good person is. And, but my son is 24 and he does have to go through things and he has to learn on his own. And, he's a great kid and I'm thankful for him. He's, not like some of these other guys, really to himself. He's a homebody. He just loves sports. Like he really is. So I'm trying to work on his afterlife after sports because at some point it does end. And I don't want him to just be like, now what do I do? So I want to keep him involved in the world and, you know, have opened up a lot of doors. Like I'm in charge of his foundations. You know, we're trying to build, facilities and, you know, back in his hometown that are going to help the youth and things like that. So that's what I'm in charge of on top of his everyday business dealings. And, you know, like I said, dealing with creative teams. I'm dealing with the creative side. I'm doing the storybooks and how we're positioning him and, you know, all this other stuff. So it's not just about you guys seeing me out and thinking we're just like hanging party.
Mom is just trying to set this guy up for greatness. I don't see anything wrong with it. I know once we get to the comments are probably going to be eating her up, but all she is doing is being a great mom, a great role model, great example for her son. She's been around the block. She's done everything that he is wanting to do. She's already done it. And she can definitely smell out a gold digging woman from a mile away. She could smell him out. She's trying to keep this young man that's 24 years old on the right path, on the path of greatness, and to supersede going past the NFL because, as we all know, anything can happen. He could be playing one night, the next night he has a torn ACL. He could break his back, God forbid. So she's trying to align him. And I don't see anything that's wrong with this. Let's go ahead and look at some of the comments because I know these comments are about to be wild. All right, so first comment, this is the kind of protection Travis Hunter needs. I have no idea who Travis Hunter is. Like I said, I do not watch sports, but I just found this to be a very interesting topic. Um, Second comment says, pay attention to the women that are bothered by this. That's all I'm going to say. LOL. And it has 5,533 likes. I'm telling you, if you are bothered by a mother wanting to set her son up for success and keep him on track and keep the wolves away from him, you may just be that wolf. Let's see some of the comments attached to that. Someone said bullseye. Exactly. And someone said exactly. They grimy out here. Another comment says she's being a mom because the moment something happens to him, y'all will be saying, where is his people at? Exactly. We see that every day. As soon as something happens to him, he's in the news media for something outlandish, and then he was raised wrong. Another comment says, this is a mother. Very much so. One wild freak off will change him forever. And that right there is what she's trying to keep him away from. I guess I read these comments wrong. Well, I didn't read the comments, but I guess that I misjudged because I thought that the comments were going to be eating her up. All right, as a mother, I completely understand where she's coming from. I don't get what everyone's issue is with her. Another comment. So let me get this straight. Fathers can protect grown ass women that are their daughters, and it's okay. But when a black woman speaks up about protecting her son from y'all 304s, it's an issue. How? Uh-oh. Let's see here. Someone says adult men. This is under that comment. So adult men, obviously grown ass men, prey on kids much more than women as a species globally. If you don't know this, then I'm very proud. You've made it this far in one piece. Someone else said, nah, cut it out. Jayden Daniels' mom is her son's keeper and doesn't want him to lay with flour and lose his power. Someone else said she should trust in the man she raised. Secondly, Juju ain't no regular degular. So no kudos to her for how she handled that situation. That kind of behavior will drive a wedge. It doesn't seem like it's driving a wedge because, according to her, her and the son are just like this. So the next comment says, I want to preface this by saying that there's nothing wrong with wanting to protect your children, even when they're grown. That's a part of territory forever. However, realize she was talking about her 24-year-old son needing to explore on his own, learn for himself, and make his own decisions. But in the very next breath, said, my son is a good kid. He's not a kid anymore. He is a young man. That distinction is important, and without it, lines get blurred and boundaries get crossed. I don't think that mom is crossing any boundaries. I don't think that she looks at him as a kid. I think she looks at him as a adult that she is trying to protect. That's that's all I think. You can give guidance to a 24-year-old adult without treating him like a child. Kudos to her for raising a king, but she's doing too much respectfully. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. Now, let's go on to who Jayden Daniels is. Jayden Daniels, right here, 24 years old, was born December 2000. He's a football quarterback. Jayden Daniels is an American professional football quarterback for the Washington Commanders of the National Football League. A dual threat player, Daniels uses a combination of passing and running ability. He played 3 seasons of college football for the Arizona State Sun Devils and 2 with the LSU Tigers. Now, let's look at how much Jayden Daniels is worth. Jayden Daniels' net worth in 2025 is estimated to be around $2 million. This figure is based on his rookie contract with the Washington Commanders, which is a 4-year, $37.75 million fully guaranteed deal. He also earns income through name, image, and likeness NIL deals. So, a $37.75 million fully guaranteed deal and $2 million net worth right now. What parent wouldn't try to or wouldn't want to protect that? Only a dummy would not want to protect that child from the time they started or pre NFL when she knew that he was going to make it. And this hasn't, all right. I know she's probably been the same mother that she's been this whole time, right? She's been protective, wanting to see him do well. But when she knew that this boy was about to make it, oh yeah, no, we're not letting just any Joe Smo come in through here. Maybe she'll let the reins loose a little bit once he finds that special one. But until then, I'm here. I'm mom. And mom is going to look out for what's best for you. So I get it. I get it. And if some of you mothers were like that, some of these guys wouldn't be the way that they are. You don't have to be down their neck 24/7, but a little bit of guidance can go a long way. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. I appreciate you all for stopping by again and rocking it with me. This is a good one right here. Let me know what you think. Peace.